Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Yes, that's right, another one. I'm going daily shaves at the moment. I'm just going to record them. It doesn't take me too long now. I'm just smashing them out. I'm still struggling to get to and from the computer and do my sort of editing and things like that. And to be honest with you, it takes about 14 or 15 minutes roughly to chuck a video online, just straight from my phone on the YouTube without really doing much with it. And really, it's a shaving video. It doesn't need to be too spectacular. Now, I'll get stuck in. We've got Don Jose from Abate a la Mantilla. I love the scent on this. Bananas and coconut, two of my favourite scents. That's what the cream, is this a cream? I can't remember. Sort of soap. Now, shaving soap with saffron and menthol crystals. There's a little bit of cooling in this, there's not much. I don't know why I'm using it today because it's absolutely disgustingly horrible outside. Thunderstorms and lightning and rain. At the moment there's no wind, there's no rain just now, but it will be coming back. Now, I've used this a couple of times. It's very, very soft. It is almost a cream, but I've left this to air quite a bit and it has firmed it up quite a lot. Now, the brush for today. I love this brush. I can't remember who sent me it. Just for the life of me, I can't remember. It was just one of my subscribers, I think, just decided to send me this brush. And I can't remember who it is, and I'm really sorry. If you watch this, chuck your name down below so I know who it is and give you a bit of a shout out. The Razor Rock Hulk. This thing is an absolute monster. It's huge. I can barely get my fingers around it. Massive, huge knot. I think it's 35 mil or something like that. I'm not sure. But the knot is just absolutely beautiful. It's so soft. I've just noticed, I've got this on 4K 60 frames per second, and the focus is almost, I mean, it's a little bit jumpy, but it almost happens instantly. Now, whether that works or not for the shave, we'll soon find out. So I'm going to dip this in the water. I'll flick out most of the excess, I don't want too much in there, and straight into the soap. I don't know whether that's in focus or not, no idea. I'm just touching this soap very, very lightly with the brush because I don't want to gouge loads of it out into the brush. I just want really some soap in the tips. It's not the best soap, I will say, but I think the scent really saves it. Now I'm just going to go with that. I don't know whether that is good enough or not, but that's what I'm going with. Just rinse the soap out. I love the fact that the tubs are all metal and this one isn't dented, which makes a big difference to me. I hate it when the metal tubs get dented. But obviously for recycling purposes and things, you can't really get much better than that. The labels are absolutely spot on, really well done, finished lovely. Now on the rear here, I've got the ingredients list, which is pretty small. There's not a whole heap of ingredients just up here if you want to have a look. Right, let's fill the sink up and get the lather going. I don't know why I've rinsed the soap out already, because to be honest, this knot is so ginormous that sometimes I don't put enough soap into it with the load, so I might actually end up back in the soap, but we'll soon find out. Just put a bit more water in. Let's start putting this on. Oh, that scent, coconut and banana. Now it doesn't smell like a real banana to me, it smells more like a banana sweet. I don't know whether you ever had them before. I think they were actually just called bananas. A little sort of sweet, about that big, and they were sort of hard and powdery. They were one of those ones that I loved the taste of, but hated the texture and the feeling in my mouth. They made me feel a little bit sick. And just thinking about them makes me feel a bit sick as well. But I do love the smell of them and the taste. And with a little bit of coconut through it, wow. Let's see what the Razor Rock Hulk does with this lather. Up pretty early today, it's not even 7 o'clock. My son's got his first school camp today for secondary school, for senior school. So all this stuff's packed. My mother-in-law's coming to pick him up, his nana. So she's taking him in today with his sleeping bag and all his other stuff, so he's really excited. His best mate's just turned up, so she's taking both of them in. I can actually feel the menthol today quite considerably. It's cooling my lips down quite quickly. My youngest, he starts training at 10 to 7 in the morning on Thursdays. soccer training and football training, really. I've just watched the highlights of the Champions League as well, and big win for Manchester City last night from 1-0 down with Real Madrid to win 2-1 in the last 10 minutes. That's a massive win for them. I can't see Real Madrid going through now, and they've lost. I think it was Ramos that got sent off. Yeah, it was. He's a massive loss to them. This is really cold. I don't remember this being so ventilated. I'm just doing my usual technique. It works well with this massive knot. I'm dipping the tips and painting the water in until it goes translucent all the way over. Which is pretty much, I think about now, that looks pretty translucent. Is that even focusing on me? I don't even know what it's doing. Who knows? Here we go, let's play the brush. No, one thing's for sure, it needs a lot more water. Great scent. More water. Oh, whoa, I just inhaled that. It went right to the back of my nose as well. I'm hoping this is focusing. I've got to say one thing about the Samsung. It's a much nicer looking phone. The aesthetics of it, I mean. This is really cold, this soap. I honestly don't remember getting this much of a menthol feel from it last time. Now it needs probably a little bit more water, but I'm not going to spend all day on this lather. I think that's good enough. It is lighter. That's one thing about this lather, it is a lot lighter in area than the more premium soaps that I use, or the denser soaps I would say, not more premium, but yeah, shit ton of soap. Right, the razor blade for today, I'm going back to this because I really enjoyed these in the beginning and then I had some real shit shaves with them, and it is the Gillette Super Thin, made in Thailand. Now, it comes double wrapped, there's no sticky shit on it, no residue from memory. I think this just pops straight out and you get a nice, oh no, wait a minute, is there a little tiny bit? Oh, there is spots of wax on it. You might just see them on the back there. Come on, focus, there we go. Just a few. That now, 4 small dots don't bother me. It's when, like feather, they just slap it on there. Now, obviously using the Christopher Bradley razor, I've just noticed, hopefully this will pick it up, there we go. You see that? Now, I have dropped this razor, but I've never noticed the fact it's on both sides. It's almost like the anodizing's coming off. That's not great. I have dropped it, but I dropped it on the handle. And I've seen it, and obviously it bounced and hit a few other bits and stuff as well, but that took the full brunt of it. You might be able to see the dent actually. You see the little dent just where it doesn't follow suit. It's obviously very small, but God, this is really cold, this soap, holy shit. I'm really enjoying this. Right, so super thin from Thailand. Yeah, I don't know what it was. These are very sharp, these blades. They are thin. And I think I was just putting too much pressure on it. It's the only thing I can think of. So let's just do a nice light touch shave. I've got less than 24 hours growth, of course. That's one thing I remember about this soap. It creates a film on the water that sticks to the side of the sink, which is quite annoying. So I do generally rinse this one out every pass. You can see it's full of oils, which is a good thing. Residual slickness. Yeah, I remember this as well. It's good. It's not great. It's okay. In fact, it's almost gone. There's not a great deal of residual slickness, but like I say, that's not a major contributing factor for me with a face shave. That's something that really affects my head shaves. A lot lighter in area lather. Right, across the grain. The bloke that actually sent me these blades lives in Western Australia, and I can't remember his bloody name. That's terrible. Really good with faces. Which isn't great when you're dealing with people online. Well, I'm really impressed with the coolness of this soap. I think the performance is definitely nowhere near the best soaps I've used. I would say personally, I think this sort of sits around about the quality soaps of 3 and 4 years ago, 3 years ago when I started wet shaving. It's still great, it's just there's a lot better out there. Nice light touch. Someone else asked as well, I can't remember obviously the name because I'm terrible with names, about whether I could do a video on how I remove ingrown hairs. And to be honest with you, as much as I can see a real benefit for that, it'd be really difficult to film because I'm literally that close to the mirror when I'm doing it, so I can see pretty much everything I can. This has actually been a really nice shave. Now there is one negative to the Hulk brush. And that is because the knot is so big, it takes quite a while to clean out. See, that's the thing with the super thins. I do get weepers from it because it is so sharp, even with a light touch. Yeah, that is a cold soap. Really impressed. I don't remember getting that cooling effect at all the last time I used it. Right, quick rinse of the brush. I don't know how far in I'm in. I don't really want it to merge into a sitcom video because one issue with the Samsung is that it splits your ultra high definition 4K 60 frames. Splits it in two if it goes over 18 or 20 minutes or something. I can't remember exactly what. This takes quite a while to clean this brush out. Wasting a lot of water in. Yeah, that's a good weeper, that. I don't normally get a weeper that bleeds quite deep red as that. But overall, the rest of it, spot on. Nice light touch. I think I finally found out the issue with this blade. You really cannot put any pressure with it, even with an aluminium razor. Right, so I've given that a real good shake out. Now you can see just from the shake that the brush is pretty uniform. This little part here, dry the handle off. This part here is a bit that really finishes off the cleaning process for me. It's good when you use a dry towel that you can actually see the moisture coming off on. So there we go. You can see there that oh, can you see there? It's nice and uniform again. This knot never looks perfect, but you can get it pretty damn close. Yeah, that's a good little weeper, that, I tell you. I haven't had a weeper like that for a while, one that just keeps going. Got a few on my neck. They're very small, but that one on my face is a cracker. Anyway, I'll finish off with some frosted Frankenlime. I'm quite liking the 60 frames per second. Hey, it seems to pick up and focus pretty fast. Quite impressed with that. Like I say, I was having issues before with 1, 2, 3, with it blowing out the colour and things. Well, hardly a single bit of sting, mainly just where the little weepers were. Oh, that frosted Frankenlime. Sean, you make a cracking product, mate, honestly. Can't get it over here in Australia at the moment. You've never been able to really get it in Australia. It's very difficult to get hold of unless you know someone that can send you it. Anyway, Don Jose from Abate Ilamantia, made in Italy, banana and coconut, beautiful scent. Performs average. It's good performance. You know, I can't grumble with it. I got a great shave. Obviously got these weepers, but you can't really help that sometimes. That's mainly the blade. It's such a sharp, thin blade. It's definitely up there with a feather, I reckon, but it's smoother than a feather. The Gillette Super Thin. Really good blades, just you've got to find that happy ground with them, otherwise they will really irritate your skin. The brush was the Hulk absolute monster of a brush. It really is. It's just huge. But creates a great lather, and obviously with a bit of soap creates an even better lather. The razor was the Carr Christopher Bradley razor. It's getting there. It's not too bad with the focus today. It's getting better. Aluminium, like I say, the top cap, there's both corners either side is starting to peel off. I don't know whether it's peeling or just falling away, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. And finished off today with some frosted Frankenlime from Moyle Grooming. Absolutely tremendous post shave splash. Works very, very well. Obviously doesn't heal up huge weepers that just keep weeping, but overall a nice cooling shave for a really cool day. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.